Going. What's going on today? Let's go over here. I do have to update the portfolio holdings. There was a bit of change in the morning here, so out of AQB, still holding my long dated calls, but with Clover coming down below 10. I did snag 500 shares at 987. So, there's that, ladies and gentlemen, back in CLOV on equity. So I still have my CLOV calls for May. Our CLOV call for May. I still have my CLOV warrants. Those didn't go anywhere, and CLOV equity is now ticking away. Just post this in here real quick. And let's go over here and grab this one. And let's go over here and Inception. All right. Yeah, I saw it at 9:20. I was busy doing stuff, so I wasn't actually able to snag it. Pre-market, where is it now? 992. So yeah, 987 was my entry on it. I really liked it. Glad I got it at 980. I think it is going to come back up today, guys. If it goes back towards 11, that would be fantastic, but we'll see. We'll see. It is. I don't play Amazon. Yeah. I don't play. So typically, the stocks that I play, guys, I play mostly equity plays. I do have an options portfolio, but it's very, very small. So the majority of my plays will be equity only. So a lot of those, Fatman G, Netflix, Shopify, Facebook, Apple, Tesla, I just don't. I don't play them. Um, yeah. So I know there are a lot of people out there that play options on Amazon. Go with God on that. I Earnings has not been a strategy that works well for me, so I don't really play that. I'm just a fan of playing the equity that I can afford in the volume that I like. I did exit AQB this morning, guys. So just to be clear on that, I did exit AQB. The news that they're not going to meet their sales target for April, and they are going to most likely, well, they are heading back to appeals court on the FDA ruling that their genetically modified fish was okay to sell. So we'll see what actually comes of that. But yeah, as it stands right now, I don't think that it's going to be a good short-term play. There's potential long-term to it, so I am keeping my option on it, but it's a long-dated option. So that's that. What else is going on today, guys? SPY is down a little bit pre-market, not too much. CLOV is back to 993 here. I am still green on my warrants, guys, so not hating that. GME is down pre-market, but not out. Happy Friday. We're here. We're here. We're here. Come on, Marianne. Good morning, Marianne. What did I want to look at just now? MBIS is what I wanted to look at. People are saying this thing is falling from the heavens. And it is. It is down 22%. Yikes. Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you there doing that thing, singing that song. I guess what we should do here, guys, is disclaimer before we get the ball rolling. So disclaimer. Uh, just disclaimer, guys. There is no financial advice on this channel. I'm not going to tell you guys what to trade, what to buy, or how to buy it. This is purely for educational purposes. Everything that you see on here is just to show you how I trade, give you my mindset so you can learn how to go out there and make your own financial decisions. If you still are uncomfortable making financial decisions, please seek out a financial advisor. At no point should you take financial advice on what to buy or sell from anybody on the internet. You should do your own due diligence, okay? That disclaimer is in there, and that goes for everybody that you hear on mic as well as anybody in the chat. Now, where to put a $500 day trade? I couldn't help you with that, Nicholas. Thanks for hanging out over on Twitter. I can't tell you where to put a day trade. I don't day trade. Even if I did day trade, I couldn't tell you because I'm not a financial advisor. So, is CLOV good for the long term? Yeah, in my opinion, guys, I think CLOV is really, really strong for the long term. It just has a lot of positive catalysts going for it. There's a lot of spending going into healthcare in the U.S. They've got expanded FDA approval into multiple states, including New York, New Jersey, Texas, Pennsylvania. So really, really liking what we're looking at there. Florida would be a big one if news came on that. But again, the likelihood that they continue to see more and more states opened up is very high, I think. They do have earnings coming up. I expect the earnings to be pretty good. But yeah, we'll see what's going on with it. I like CLOV long term. If you guys want full breakdown of what my thoughts are on CLOV, I did drop a YouTube video. I'll put the link there on my full breakdown for CLOV. So just send this to you guys over on YouTube. There's that. Ferdy 1618, thanks for the follow. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. So that's there as well, guys. We did get, I did drop the video on ETON yesterday, so that is there for you guys. A lot of you, we did a vote yesterday. You guys wanted me to do a breakdown on ETON, why I was so bullish on it into May. So that is now up. New IPO on the Honest Company. Any thoughts? I haven't heard anything about the Honest Company. I'm not sure what that is. The Honest Company? Natural Baby and Beauty Products by Jessica Alba. I don't know, man. I don't know. Not. Yeah, I mean, is Jessica Alba a big name still? What's my average on ETON? Just a second. FJ Loma, thanks so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Yeah, not really. I mean, she's Jessica Alba, right? Like, no complaints. But as far as will I buy baby products from her? Probably not. Now, what was it that, oh, ETON. You want to know my average on ETON? My average on ETON is 837. 837. Most of you guys, I'm sure, have seen Jessica Alba in at least this role. You'll remember her from Sin City. Idle Hands was a good one too. That's a throwback though. Dating yourself on that one, man. But Idle Hands, she's super young here. Jessica Alba, ladies and gentlemen. Dark Angel series, yeah. Yeah. Swaggy stocks, guys. SPY, MVIS, CLOV. CLOV is now all of a sudden moved up in the rankings on WSB. Um, Interesting to see. This is why I've got MVIS up, guys. It's very, very interesting to see what is happening right now. With swaggy stocks, guys, this is pulling from Wall Street Bets conversation. But CLOV is a big topic of conversation on Wall Street Bets right now. It's beating out Amazon. So it'll be an interesting day at the very least, I think. Clover, I did get a 987 entry pre-market. It's 988 right now. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. As the week ends, it'll be an interesting Friday for sure. Again, guys, I will probably be out of here around 11:30. I'm not sure what video I'm going to do today, so we'll do a breakdown of that. We are going to watch Clove into the market here, guys. So we'll do that. Neo breaks my heart every week. Yikes. I feel for you, man. I feel for you. You entered at 11:06. Oof. I mean, it's going to come back. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I bought Clove equity this morning. I exited AQB and I entered Clove. So I exited AQB for a slight loss, and I entered a $5,000 position in Clove pre-market. That's this one here that says price unavailable, ticker unavailable. This will update when the market opens, but there's the filled order. If you guys are new to watching the stream, guys, I do not paper trade. This is a live real money account. I trade Canadian margin and US margin account through TD in Canada. So if you're wondering, what you haven't seen this dashboard before, you're wondering what it is that I'm using here. This is the TD Waterhouse dashboard. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody.
Millennial, where did you post the your notes today?
DGen chat? So is that not where I'm supposed to post the notes? I put them in DGen chat and pinned them. Yeah, they're there. They're pinned. I'm looking at them right now. Is AQB dead in the water? I don't know if that's supposed to be punny, but I think it is. Until I get a solid approval from the FDA that they're going back to that there's been an appeal of the judgment that genetically modified fish are fine to sell by the FDA. Until I get clarification on that and I get approval, I'm not going to play this. Yeah, so that was my thing with AQB, that the news about the appeal by the Fisheries and Fish Union, oceans and fisheries guys, the people that own these big boats that go out on the water and they spend all that money and they put their life on the line to make salmon happen, they're not fans of the idea that genetically modified salmon pools can be an alternative where we can build buildings that grow fish and you never have to get on a boat again. You can just run the net across the thing, and the fish are bigger. I mean, they would claim better, that there's more meat on them. So, what are your thoughts on Microsoft tanking after earnings?
I can't hear you in Discord if you're trying to talk in here.
My thought on Microsoft tanking after earnings is, I mean, I like Microsoft. I like what they're doing. I think it's a solid play. Let's go. Oh, it's because, yeah, okay, yeah. No, I had to change it from voice activity to push to talk for the morning call. That's what happened. But yeah, I posted my notes in the DGen chat.
Yeah, no, I just did it name search and I found it. So
That is where we put it on Friday, right?
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm confused because Timu used to do the notes, and the whole point of the note takers was that so that we didn't have to do this stuff. And then he stopped taking the notes, and now it's like they just copy paste whatever TSG posts up, and I don't know. I'm like so confused now. It's so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did take a position in Clover stock this morning, pre-market. Exited AQB for a slight loss. Entered Clover Health. So I'm in Clover warrants, Clover equity, and Clover calls. Now, am I sweating the decline in Clover, guys? No. My warrants, I have a 237 entry. The bid ask spread is 291, 316 right now. So I'm still up several $1,000s on that. So not really sweating that right now. We'll see what kind of buy pressure comes in as the market opens here. But ETON, yeah, ETON, just nice steady growth. Little up, little up, little up. 837 entry earlier in the week. It's sitting nice and pretty. 870, 882 pre-market. Now, Weeble is saying it's 880 pre-market. I'm not seeing that. I'm not sure where it's getting that number, but I'm seeing an 870, 882 bid ask. I don't know if it's just splitting the difference there or why it's decided that's where it is, but it doesn't really matter. It's higher than 837, so I'll take it. Yeah, it's gonna be a decent Friday, guys. Still not sure what video I'm gonna do today.
I have many questions about these medical terms. I have no idea what they're talking about. For instance, what the hell is a BLA?
It is an application for. It is an application for. I should know that.
Like, it took me like halfway reading through this thing, or actually even a third. I'm only a third of the way through. It took me a third of the way through before I realized when they say EUA or whatever, they're talking about emergency use authorization. I'm like, oh, okay. I kept thinking it was like some sort of agreement that they have.
So, biologics license application submitted to the FDA to obtain permission for distribution of a biologic product across states. It is regulated under blah, blah, blah. BLA can be submitted by an applicant who is responsible for the safety and efficacy of the product.
The thing was saying, because I was trying to do my research for Oxygen for the weekend video, that I was going to do for Sunday, because it's being really talked about. I don't know shit about bio, and everything. Every time I read a line, I'm just even more confused because they were originally doing a blindness treatment, doing gene therapy and some sort of like nuclear hormone receptor thingy to kind of like phase out the blindness gene. And
Then they made somebody blind, didn't they?
I have no clue because I'm literally reading through it, right? And the list of risks alone is just it's enough to scare the shit out of me. The lucky thing is that this COVID drug that they're trying to develop, the Covavax thing, is that they're aiming for the Indian market because they're co-opting. Sorry, they're teaming up with Bharat Biotech or some shit like that, and Oxygen's only going to be sharing the rights to manufacture and distribute it in the U.S. with Bharat if it's proven successful. But it's like saying, like, honestly, I think the other shots are a lot better because they're saying they even said it themselves. They just didn't mention AstraZeneca, but like,
yeah, ADVM was the one that made the person blind. You're right. That was the ticker. Where the edema caused somebody to be blind in one eye.
yeah, they were saying that their COVID vax would be they would have an 81% efficacy rate, and it would be, but there'd be like have to be 2 shots, because I thought it was 1 shot. I was like 80% for 1 shot. That's actually quite good, and it would give people options.
Yeah.
If they wanted, yeah, it gives people options, which is nice, right? But
Yeah.
they're saying that it's a 2 dose
Oh,
thing.
Eagle KV1, thanks for the sub, man. Much appreciated. It's been a blast having you hanging out day after day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do appreciate all the support, guys. I looked at the sub numbers and I was actually pretty surprised that there's like a whole bunch of you guys that are sub now. It's pretty crazy.
But yeah,
Yeah,
they said it was a 2 dose thing, and it's 28 days apart.
yeah. I'm not playing any more COVID stuff. I'm done with it. What was I gonna say? When I started doing bio guys January last year, the first few reports that I read took me, I would say, 4 to 5 hours to actually read the entire medical reports, like all the breakdowns of what the drug does. Because what I would do is step by step, as I was reading, if I came across a word I didn't understand, I would Google it to understand it. And then over time, now I could probably read through one in about 20 minutes. But it took that constant process of like read Google, read Google, read Google, read Google. New voila. Well, Bartlett, but new
I'm
voila. Thank you so much, man, for that sub. I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bell has rung. Let's just pop up Clove while we continue discussion of things and stuff, life as a whole.
the like I tried to blast through it, and I was just like, okay, these other 2 drugs are 2 different types of treatments for blindness, and I'm like, that's not the one that's relevant right now, so I'm going to focus on the one that's relevant, which is their COVID vax that they're trying to do.
I'm not playing it.
And yeah, no, I'm reading through it, and I'm just like, okay, well, these are the risks, material risks, and stuff like that. They can go bankrupt before. They might need additional funding. If they can't raise additional funding, they might have to relinquish some of the IPs and stuff like that. And
They get a
people
no.
can back out. People can back out of their agreements and stuff. It's just like
FDA
it's
just says no.
yeah,
Like
like
no.
I've never read so many risks to something. And is this normal for bio? Like, is there
Yep.
just
Yep.
holy shit?
Yeah. So, guys, when people are like, "Oh, bio, that's not that hard. It's just like tech. We can trade it too." I can't give you financial advice, but if somebody is giving you that line of thinking, I just want to be very clear here. They're wrong. There's an
If they
awful
are
lot of reading that needs to go into it, and even when you know what they're talking about, it is still an extremely risky play. So, for example, guys, if you watch the video that I put out yesterday that you guys asked for, ETON, it's up, it's there, you can watch it, okay? I have a whole segment on risks, and one of the risks is, at best, it is still a 50-50 coin flip. You could lose 30% of your value in your position overnight if the FDA says no. However, if they say yes, there is substantial upside potential. So
there's still a lot of hurdles they got to jump through after the FDA says yes too.
yeah, there's all kinds of other hoops for sure. I'm not speaking specifically to that, but that's why you should set a stop loss at 10%. Yeah, I don't do that. You guys should do that. Stop losses are great for you guys. I don't do that. Your stop losses are going to get gapped over anyway. It's not gonna fill a stop loss. It'll gap over it. Trio, I don't know how to say that name. There's a lot of values there. Try EUII. Thank you so much, man. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Big shout out to all you lurkers over on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. We can see you guys in chat. I do have the restream chat up there for you guys. So no matter where you are, if you are commenting, we can see you. YouTube smells. Nice. Classy, you Twitch folks. Let's keep it clean. No punching below the belt, okay? The market's open. I'm not seeing Clove move. Que pasa? Oh, there we go. That's the problem. It was down here. I was looking up here. My bad. All right. So,
So I just realized the 30 pages I read through last night, which entailed a lot of the risk and stuff like that. Um, that was just a regular, stuff risk. That the stuff that I didn't read through yet is the financial risk that it's coming into. Like, holy shit!
Yeah, yeah. And guys, this is one of the issues that I have in the US where people are like, "Oh, but why do medications cost so much money? Why are they so expensive? Why can't we just have all of our prescriptions for free?" Because in order to make those drugs exist, it is a massive undertaking, years of research, studies, dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars to produce a new drug or treatment, guys. So that's why things can't be free. It's just the way it works. Um, SHG is continuing to treat me quite kindly, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really like this. Love it. Canada, it's not nearly the same price as the US. Canada, the cost of submitting to Canada Health to get approval is not nearly as expensive. And typically, what you'll see companies do is because they make more money in the States, they'll go and they'll do the drug first in the States. And then after they've made a whole ton of money, then they'll come into Canada because the approval is so similar and so cheap. Um, ETON 867, so it came back down from that 874. Remember, guys, ETON is relatively low volume, only 8,000 volume on the day, so I do expect to see that there. Envis did have their earnings; they're down 19% here. So let's go here. Let's go. I want that. I want that. I want that. This can go. AQB is gone. We can make this. What else should we watch here? ETON, SHG, Envis, GME, CLOV. What else? What else do we want to watch? Yeah, I'm not excusing the price hikes. Yeah, I'm not. Um, what other ticker do we want to watch today, guys? Um, ADRX got delayed on its approval. That's not a correct symbol. Really? Is it ARDX? Maybe it's ARDX. Yeah. So this is what a delay did. This is not a denial. This is a delay, and that's a drop from 850 to $7 overnight. Um, Anyone like Tiva? Tiva's one that I have looked at in the past. It's not one that I've looked at recently. Let's see what they've been up to. Tiva announces the launch of a certain strengths of a generic version of Absorica, an acne pill. Tiva is unlikely to join COVID vaccine production. Revenue missed on last earnings by they're down 8%. They missed by $50 million. That's a lot of money. I'm not a fan. I should look at their pipeline before I say that though. They're based out of Israel. I'm not a fan of that. I don't want you tracking my cookies, Israel. Thank you. I hate it when they don't have the pipeline like readily available. Pipeline. Biogen makes sense to me. You've played Tiva the last 3 months. So it doesn't look like they have a pipeline, guys. And the reason why they don't have a pipeline is they take existing drugs that are on the market and they make a biosimilar. Um, Again, just because Buffett's in it doesn't mean that I'll get into it. I'm not a fan of it. Um, Especially, man, it's at $10. Well, I guess they're just making they just pump out biosim as soon as the Orange Book patents are gone, they just jump on that whatever it is that's regularly being used. Um, Holy crap! Castor Maritime just acquired 5 more ships. Does this thing have options?
No, it's sub dollar. It's been sub dollar for a while.
That's too bad. I don't really want to take an equity position in this. I'd like to take a leap. There's no warrants on it. They're gonna have to split. Like, I'll take a look at it after the split, I think. CLOV, 1010. GME, buck 78. This is interesting here. I'm going to close down my desktop and open it back up because it's not populating CLOV for some reason. Um, Still saying NA. See if that fixed it. Yeah, there we go. So up $130, $150 on CLOV from my entry pre-market. So not bad. I'll take that. MGTI has just obliterated itself off the face of the earth. There's been no news on it. It doesn't share anything. It was a YOLO. I had $300 kicking around in my pocket. Should probably clear it off my board, but it's not really doing anything at this point. Erosion TW, thanks so much for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Yeah, that CLOV pre-market. I'm a fan of that 987 entry. Everything's down a little bit today. The warrants are down a little bit. Those lag. ETON's up. ETON it heard me talking. CLOV heard me talking too. They were like, hey, let's go green for you. Yeah. Wow. You guys want to see a joke of an article? Hold up. This is hilarious. You want to see a bad article? Here's a bad article. Conjecture on where Warren Buffett would weigh in Dogecoin versus Sundial. You want me, guys, here's how this goes. Imagine you're sitting at the Berkshire Hathaway meeting, okay? You're sitting there, you got Buffett up on stage, you get one question, you go, Mr. Buffett, Dogecoin or Sundial? Which one would you take? You want to know what his answer would be? In as polite a way as this man could, he'd look at you and go, you need to never trade ever again. You need not to trade. You need to go seek out a financial advisor and not trade ever again. That would honestly be his answer. Charlie would, yeah. Charlie is not as I don't want to say reserved, humble as Buffett is. Buffett would try to, be kind about it. Of like, that's a really bad question, and you should never trade your own portfolio. Yeah, please don't come here again. Charlie'd be like, "You're an idiot. There's the door. F off." My issue here is that they are in non-compliance. So I can't go near them as they're in non-compliance. Because the only way I see that stock price coming up with the amount of shares that they have on the market, they don't have the cash to do a buyback because they're buying up all these ships. So I think that a split is going to happen. CTRM, where are they based out of? Cyprus. Yikes! So they do have to file. It's going to look differently. Okay, guys. It's sorry, differently. It's going to look different. The way it's going to look is when you go into Edgar, their reports are going to be 6Ks instead of what you're used to seeing in 10Ks. Yeah. So somewhere in these 6Ks are the earnings. What you can do is probably take a look at earnings. March 30th was the last date of earnings, so you could probably find something that coincides. There's a 20F on the 30th. Yeah, CLOV's looking good, guys. 10:30. Yeah, here it is. Operations data, cash flow. But this is for 2016, 2017, 2018. Okay, year ended 2020. There it is. Year ended 2020. Net cash provided by operations, they are in the hole. Net cash used by investing, they're in the hole. Net cash produced by financing, so this is credit. Total current assets on hand end of 2020 was 13.5 million. However, oh no, wait, where's the total assets? 74 million, but they've added like 12 ships or something now since this. So this is going to be much higher. This is what this was used for. Was this 42 million was used to buy more ships. Again, I don't think I would go near CTRM guys until it splits. The announcements on ships is fantastic, but look how little that moved that ticker, right? Like if we go here, we go CTRM. They just announced that they bought 5 more ships, and this is the price movement on this thing. Oof, bag holding from $1.22. Know that feel, man. And this is the other thing. So when they bought those ships in the past, immediately following that news on the run, they've dropped an offering. So it looks like buyers are beware on that. They'll just drop another offering if it goes up and buy more ships. Why did I jump into CLOV equity again? It wasn't necessarily that anything changed with CLOV. It's that something changed with AQB. AQB is back in. There was an appeal filed against the FDA ruling that the genetically modified fish from AQB could be sold. So until that appeal is cleared up, I'm not bullish on AQB anymore. So I have moved over to CLOV. Pre-market CLOV provided a dip for me to get in on. 987 entry. It's 10:30 right now. I'm up $200 on the day. How's SPY performing? ETON dropped down a little bit though. Still green on it, but it dropped down a little bit. SPY going for 420 today? Yeah, maybe. Short strat. They better not apply that to shrimp too, right? CLOV doing its usual thing, run up into 945, then it profit takes, and then 10:15, 10:30, it goes back up again. Like, look, 9:45, and it drops, and then somewhere around 10 o'clock it starts to buy up again. We get to like 10:30, and then it drops every day, every single day. They're mutated sea bass, yeah. They are ill-tempered, but they are delicious as well. Sorry, now you guys can see the chart. So like here's yesterday, um, 9:45, like clockwork. We hit here, it's 9:45, it dumps. And then it comes back up into 10:30, and then it comes back down. So right now we are at the 9:45. If that was all the dump we're going to get, though, this is going to be a good day for CLOV. Look at GME go, guys. Look at GME. Look at GME go. 184. They got to be losing it. Let's go watch the apes. Let's go watch the apes. Trip to the zoo, boys. Trip to the zoo. And here we go. Your over position in CLOV. My current position in CLOV is 16,000, which is. Anybody want to help me math? No? 16,000 on 70. Yeah, 22%, 23%, that's fine. 23% holding in CLOV is fine. That's inside my ballpark. The one that I have probably too much in is ETON. No, that's 35. That's still not bad. I'm okay with that. It's not over 40. This is disgusting. Yeah. Zoo porn. Is that what this is? Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Is today the crash? I don't know. Is today the day that it happens? I should get a crystal ball that I can look into for you guys. Is tech a meritocracy? No. Um, I know there's a lot of people out there that are anti-military or whatever. However, seeing and knowing men that have put their lives on the line, and not just going overseas and serving on tour, but literally their lives on the line in aspect of um, their family life constantly being moving around, the wives that have to pick up the slack, or the husbands that aren't in the military that have to pick up the slack. Like the whole family is in the army or in the military when you're in the military. So whenever I see somebody who has served, just thank them for their service. It's a small thing. Um, I'm sure they hear it all the time, but that doesn't change the fact that we enjoy all these rights and privileges that we have as a result of what they do. So just my opinion. I know that's an old-fashioned, unpopular opinion. One of those guys that opens doors for people. Um, U.S. or Canada. When I'm in the U.S., actually, I was really upset last time I was in the U.S. There was a guy with his kit flying out of San Diego. Um, and he was just sleeping on the benches or whatever. It was like 3 a.m. San Diego airport, right? He's just sleeping on the benches or whatever, and these guys are shit talking him and fucking military fucking murderers, and it's like, guys, what the hell? Like that soldier lying on the bench trying to sleep is your problem. Big cities are seeing an exodus. Hey, Redemption, look,
Hmm?
the Great Ruralization Theory, the GRT from last year in February, guys. That using culture code theory, I had predicted that we would see people move out of large urban centers and into suburbs, and sure enough, here we are, a year and a half later, and what are we seeing?
I mean, with houses here like that are going for like what, a mil and a half plus because it's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, shit like that. Yeah, of course, I would.
This was not happening back in February, guys. There was no talk of this back when we started. Martini still got the video. There was no talk of this. People were talking about moving into the cities because the valuation on property was about to go up. There was no talk on this. Been known from March.
Someone want to tell the Toronto market that.
From March this year, maybe, but not February of last year.
Keep seeing all these people. It's like, oh, there's so much new housing and stuff like that. There's no longer a supply issue. Yeah, because no one's wanting to fucking live there, and you're
Yeah,
still paying the price.
what are the advantages in living in a big city right now, guys?
There's lots of space and lots of rental choices for me.
No, there's not. Right now, there's not rental choices because everybody's sitting on
No, I know
moratoriums. So you can't. There's no value in rent.
that's
The only asset that cities used to have was that you had access to services and products that aren't available in smaller communities. But that's not there now. That's exactly it. Instead of access to niche services and specialized commerce, which isn't available during lockdowns, the only thing that you get readily available access to is COVID.
the
That's it.
if you didn't notice, my cartoon voice is usually there. It's usually a critique of the people, the sentiment I hear around people. It's like, oh, rent is so much better, easier now, and we can compete because it's now becoming a renter's market because everybody wants a tenant in there because they can't Airbnb or anything. Like, okay, yeah, fuck off. You're still
Uh,
paying a fucking
yeah.
exorbitant price for that shit.
Yeah. And then, guys, when I'm looking at the COVID numbers, so I am right between Ottawa and Montreal. Okay, so these are two massive breakout places in Canada, and where I am in my region, less than one case a day. That's not deaths. That's people contracting this thing. Less than one a day. Tell me that's not more appealing than living in Ottawa or Montreal and seeing the insanity. Toronto's even worse. Don't even get me started with Toronto. But Ottawa, Montreal are right up there, and it's like I don't see the advantage in living in the city. It's not there. It's more expensive. The risks are greater. The services aren't there right now. Oh, but when things open back up, the services will come back and it'll be worthwhile. Will it? How many restaurants are going to be closed forever? How many of those nightclubs that couldn't operate and still probably won't be able to operate at capacity are going to go under? All of those things that you know and love won't be there.
I actually part of when I was doing the research for Akigen last night, and I was also looking at other places like other countries because I was like, okay, well, I kind of wanted to move to the U.S., but I think that the next 2 generations are kind of ruined because of all like the insanity narrative and all that sort of shit going on. And I started looking at Europe and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, well, I don't think Europe's going to be any better. So I'm kind of at a loss because I don't want to move to Australia because Australia is hot. I hate the heat and
Everything
everything could
wants to
kill me
kill
there.
you.
Everything wants to kill me. I
It's
don't want to go to Asia.
literally the country's motto, guys. You know when you come in, it's like Canada, yours to discover. Australia, everything will kill you.
I'm starting to not like Canada anymore, especially if that Bill C-10 amendment goes through. Because if I wanted to live in a fucking communist country, with censorship and all that sort of shit, and anything you say online is liable, even if it's opinion, I'd rather just live in China at that point.
Yeah, Redemption, you go pretty far on tilt off the deep end. Uh, we are a long stretch away from China.
We're getting there. We're getting
Oh,
there.
come on, brother. You can't be that old and salty yet. It's not that far gone. Not even close. Not even close. You know better than that.
I liked it when I was ignorant and blissfully unaware of this shit, but the fact that everybody's so attentive to politics and policy changes nowadays, and the worst part is that they're paying more attention to it now, but especially me, but it's just no one's doing anything about it.
I mean, you only
They're
need to
either
be as
going more,
attentive as you need to be.
they're
It's up to
going, they're
you.
either
Like,
going, well, they're going more extreme, or they're or they're just doing nothing. They're either going their choice. That's their choices: go more extreme or do nothing, and that's absolutely disgusting. There's no betterment.
so redemption. How are things going right now in the cricket world?
I don't
How's
I don't
cricket
watch
doing
cricket.
right now? What?
I don't watch cricket.
Exactly. Do you see what I'm getting at?
No.
You're woke about the political spectrum and opinion because you regularly watch it and engage in it. If you choose not to watch it and engage in it, then you won't be as frustrated with it.
I told you I don't go looking for this shit. It just keeps getting thrown in my fucking face.
Well, I'm going to start posting cricket scores every time you go old man winter on politics.
Ugh. Just burn it all down, defund the police and everything. Just go ahead, burn it all down.
It's like
Don't care anymore.
it's
The world
like
can
you're a
just burn.
60-year-old man on his porch in his rocking chair yelling at the kid on your lawn. Come
Yeah,
on,
but I don't.
man.
Yeah, but I don't get my shotgun or I don't get my rifle or anything like that. That's it's unfair.
It's unfair.
I would love a rocking chair, maybe a gravity rocking chair or something like that. But I want a rifle with it. I was promised a rifle. Okay.
Guys, guys, you need to keep up with politics? Why? Didn't you just hear redemption? It doesn't matter if you keep up with politics or not. It doesn't change a damn thing. Sure, it's time to vote. Who are we voting for? You can vote for the guy that's going to tax and spend or the guy that's not going to tax and spend. Go ahead, vote. No, you didn't read all the platforms? Well, you can. You can read the whole platform, but essentially what it's going to come down to is that guy's going to tax and spend and that guy's not. Which one do you want?
Maybe I should just go to Mars. Just
I
say,
mean,
hey Elon.
you think going to Mars is going to solve the problem, man? There's still going to be people with you on Mars. Yeah, in the States you had the option of spend or spend, but it was spend or spend numbers of absurdity. Well, I guess it's spend or tax and spend. In Canada, we do have a bit of a difference because the last conservative government that we had was not a tax and spend government. It was a
Is that Harper?
save your pennies for a rainy day government.
That was Harper, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange because if you want to rebuild your economy or have your economy keep going, you got to spend. Not the
Uh,
government, but you yourself.
yeah, so his policy was to put money into the pockets of business and people and let them spend, which is why Canada's response to the 2010 recession is still studied to this day in poli sci classes, because it was exactly what should have happened, and it worked. And then when he
I
handed over the
mean,
government to Trudeau, the book was not in the red; it was in the black. He handed over a book that was in the black, and then Trudeau went,
the
"I promise to only modestly spend 20 billion in deficit every year for the next 4 years." And he spent over $200 billion in deficit across those years. And then in the first year of COVID, he spent $300 billion in debt. And that may not sound
well,
like a
and
lot to Americans, but in Canada, we don't like that. Those numbers, that number of debt, that kind of deficit, um, my kids' will be paying that off.
yeah, no, the what was it? Bush, when 9/11 happened, that Bush said that the best way you guys can help is just go out and spend, which was actually the right answer because like if everybody's so afraid to not leave their house, we didn't have the delivery services that we have nowadays, and economy wouldn't keep churning. But them going out and spending kept the economy turning, and that actually was the best way to help.
Yeah, Canada's entire economy is less than the state of California. California, Florida, New York, New Jersey, anybody that's got population. Yes, good, good. Let the debt flow through you. I mean, Germany. I don't know that Germany's any better because Germany takes responsibility for all its neighboring broke ass countries, right? Like Germany is the lifeline of Spain and Italy and Greece and whoever else has their hand out in Europe. So I don't know that that's any better. Now in Canada, I mean, thankfully we've got the U.S. as our only neighbor. So want to trade Canada for California? No, I don't. No,
Oh
no. I
God,
already live
no.
in a socialist state. Why would I trade one for another? I'll trade you Canada for Texas. I'll trade you Canada for Texas. Yeah, no deal. I didn't think you'd take that one. Um,
I'll trade you beautiful Vancouver for at least Florida. It's an equitable trade. They're both coastal cities or coastal regions.
yeah, we'll let's do it by province and state. We'll give you guys Ontario, Quebec, and Vancouver, and you give us Texas, Tennessee, and Alaska.
No, no, we want to keep Quebec
Why?
because
Cuz? Just cuz?
yeah,
Uh,
Quebec wasn't so bad when I went there. Like I kept hearing all this like sentiment about like disgusting French people and stuff like that, and it was actually a very beautiful city.
yeah, it's a nice tourist location. So is New York City, but I wouldn't live there. Uh, he has an ex girlfriend there. No, he would hate it then. Uh, my yeah, our whole country's not worth Texas. That's true. I'm kind of overreaching on the negotiation. I'll give you that. CLOV is green on the day, guys. If people are wondering why I'm just like not losing my mind over the market and things dying and not being, because it's not a big deal. SHG is at $1.60. No way. You lie. You lie. Dollar
On the
fifty
Canadian
four.
side, God damn it, I got duped. I thought he was talking about the the U.S. one.
$1.54. Did it touch it? Is that what you're saying? It touched 160? Oh, it did touch 160. No, 155. Yahoo shows 160. What does Yahoo know that my brokerage doesn't? Tell them to update my broker that it's actually 160. That'd be great. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, you've never called TD Canada. It's
I'm up
you
three
go three
grand.
hours.
I'm up 3 grand on SHG, and I'm not going nowhere. Yeah, who's illegally pumping SHG, right? That's why all of those sites, guys, have the little asterisks at the bottom saying, "Hey, by the way, these numbers can be wrong, so don't use them." Um, it's kind of nice looking at all of your positions and they're green, with the exception of this MGTI thing, which I think I'm just going to cut loose. I think I'm going to get rid of this. I don't really care about it. It was a meme buy, and I had $300 kicking around. Why did CLOV plummet today compared to yesterday? Uh, I think it's recovering from yesterday. Yeah, yeah, it's recovering. It's 1050. Oh,
Jesus,
that's what you're asking. Why is it going back up when yesterday it came down? It came down yesterday on who knows.
Oh, okay, I'm
Nothing
so
changed
stupid.
yesterday. Nothing
I,
changed.
I keep forgetting today is the end of the month, and there's a lot of. Oh wait, no, it's not end of quarter. Uh, Wait, are there futures contracts expiring? No, there's not.
No. Well, the
I'm
month
seeing a.
you'll get a rollover month to month, but that's it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of prints I'm seeing. It's just kind of really weird. I was like, why is
Patrick,
I?
I am up right now. Okay, so 49. We'll call that 50. 49.7 is close enough to 50. And then Canadian, that's 24. So we'll call that. What's 23,000 Canadian? 23 CAD to USD. Wow. Canadian dollar ain't worth squat. No, it's worse than that. It's really bad. Holy cow. Do you see the conversion rate? Guys, 23,000 Canadian to USD is $18,000. Just shy of 19,000, 18,700. That's bad. Um
Uh, Millennial, is something going down on Apple?
I know that they had a
Oh,
class
wait,
action lawsuit filed against them. Why what?
no? This would be Buffett trimming. I think this would be Buffett trimming. 5 million. A couple minutes ago, 5.2 million, which is big for Apple. 131.79. Then a separate one, another 5 million at the same price.
Okay, so 24,000 Canadian is 19.5 US. So 19.5 plus 50 is, was it 50? Yeah, it was 50. So 19.5 plus 50, I'm like just shy of 70 grand, right? So 69.5. Um and I started the year with 50,000. So I am up 40% on the year, Pat.
Buffett already sold like 90% of his Apple. Did he? I don't know. I haven't seen the 13 FHR yet.
Yeah, I'm up about 40% on the year, even after the drawdown. I took a 30% drawdown. I actualized a 30% drawdown. So
Actually, I think next month is when we start getting our getting the 13 FHRs filed. Yeah, middle of next month, I think. Yeah, that's the latest data file. So the US SHG FF, whatever millennial, 131 from 118 where I got in. This uplisting is gonna be monstrous. Well, not monstrous in price, but do you know what percentage weighting that they're gonna take if when they get uplisted?
I like it when you ask questions you already know the answer to.
What?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Nobody knows until it happens.
because I'm not sure if that thing applies to this because when Rita did the calculations, or was looking at that guy doing the calculation for Tesla, and the inclusion of the S&P, right? Um, there was something in there that was saying because of the weighting of it, the higher the price of Tesla, the more they have to include into the Nasdaq, into the NYSE. I'm not sure if sorry, into the S&P, but I'm not sure if this applies to that or if it's close to that or not.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I also know that you took the US position instead of taking the Canadian ticker like I did. So, uh, however much they put out onto the US market doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to play the run up that happens a few days before the listing. So whatever they drop into the actual market on the day of listing won't matter. Guys, the last one that we saw do this was MMed. Um, or the most recent one, I guess I should say. So we had here MMed. Yep, this one. So this is a Canadian ticker, guys, and let's go a month. So here is the announcement that they're filing. Here is the and which day the uplisting is going to happen. Then here is the hype up into that date. And then this is everything that followed. So this is the actual day of uplisting, and then the decline, and then the subsequent decline, and they're holding a $5 level. So my hope is I am here. This is kind of my entry on SHG. They've got a couple weeks of a little time to wait. Actually, this jump actually probably hasn't happened yet because they're still they've filed for it, but it hasn't gone up yet. So with this, let's take a look at SHG. So this is news of uplisting, and this is what it's been doing since. When we get an actual date, I think that this could probably jump fairly significantly, doubling maybe. Is that pop on the uplisting announcement or uplisting date? Yeah, no, uplisting announcement. So this is them saying that they filed. This little bit of a run up here from $1 is on waiting for that to happen. Which one, the SHG one or the MMed one? Which one do you want me to put out there? The drawdown would have been around March 9th, as that's when it was being discussed. Which ticker? I'm not sure which ticker you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about Peach. I don't talk about Peach. I have no freaking idea what you guys are talking about. You, I love that you guys are having a conversation separate from what I'm talking about. Keep at it. Keep doing it for sure. Go nuts. I've got it. Like Peach. But yeah, if we look at let's go MMed. Oh, what is it in the States? It's MMND, right? Yeah. No, is that it? Is this it? Is this the GXO man? Yeah, there's actually a video on my YouTube for you with all my picks from May. Um, and SHG is among them. You can catch the video there. I do a full breakdown. Nope. I posted it to Twitch twice. That's something you used to there, YouTube. Um, so it is MNMD now in the US. MNMD.
Oh boy, Nicola. It's supposed to be their lockup date today, and
Mm-hmm.
it's only done 2 million in volume.
Okay, guys. So confirmation of their uplisting was on April 23rd that they would start being listed on the 27th. So if we go back and look at MMed, the Canadian side, guys. So remember, this play is my play on this is requiring that I trade this on the Canadian market, not the U.S. market. So this is not trading the OTC. This is me trading the Canadian market. Okay. So with this, it's saying the 23rd was the date that we got the announcement. So here's the 23rd here. This is the open on the 23rd. And then we see that buy up. This is the 26th here, guys. This is the 27th. This is the day that it went live. So pre-market on the 27th would have been dag nabbit, wrong screen. My bad, guys. I'm trying. I've really been trying. I wish there was a way that I could integrate my browsers to go directly into OBS so that as I change browsers, like what I'm actively looking at, it would just switch it on OBS. I guess I could do that if I captured window, but then there are times that I get distracted and open things that I don't want you guys to look at, like baby photos, and I start playing League of Legends or something, you know. Okay, so yeah, here's the play, guys. 23rd, they get the confirmation that they're uplisting. 26th, 27th, pre-market. It opened 681. So from the time of 422, I imagine that this pump back here at the end of March was their initial uplisting. So this is them putting in the filing, right? So this is them applying to uplist, and then kind of just does this sideways thing here. It bought up for a little bit, and then it just went kind of sideways, and then they got confirmed that yes, they are going on in the market. So it jumped from 267 to 350, which is not bad gains. And then over the weekend, it went again. But from if you had sold pre-market, 681 is what you could have got for it from a 267 entry. That's like a 300% gain. So what I'm kind of seeing here is with SHG, it's actually got a nicer looking chart in my opinion. So with SHG, here's the day of the announcement, and then since then it's been doing this. So this would have been an entry. What is my average on SHG? My average is $1.35. So I got in somewhere around here. Probably this day. No, here. Somewhere around here. So 426 is when I got in. And it's at $1.60 now, but my prediction is that what we see happening is MMed does like MMed did on the date of approval, which is usually about 4 weeks out. So April 21st they filed for the uplisting. 4 weeks from April 21st. May 19th, somewhere around May 19th, I think we see confirmation of uplisting, in which case we'll see that jump. And then I need to remember not to get out until the day of the listing, and I'll get out pre-market. And that'll be the end of it. I'll take whatever gains I can get on it.
Interesting. Oh, I just realized something. I realize what they're doing with Nikola Millennial.
Okay.
They're not getting out. They're not getting out in the day, because something like when I mistakenly thought that this was going to be like Beyond Meat, right? Where Beyond Meat just went from like $70 down to $50, that sort of thing. Um, they're not doing it all right now. They're going to do it at the end of at the end on the market on close. So whoever's the market, they probably instructed whoever's the market maker right now to get orders for them to pair off, because I'm looking through it. I'm like, I'm not seeing a lot of levels. I'm just seeing like there's a big guy at 11, but everything else, even on the upside, it's just like it's negligible. It's nothing. Like there's nothing there. And then I forgot, market mechanics. You don't want to. If one person starts dumping, and everybody will start dumping, which will then cause like one of those everybody out the door situation, right?
Yeah, you don't want to dump when the
So
retailers are there, for sure.
so they don't want to do that. So the best way they do that is to do that through the market on close, which there is some risk entailed with the market on close, because if the market maker can't find the orders, right, you'll get a worse average price, but it's also one of the sneakiest ways to get out. And one of the best days to get out is when people have to rebalance their portfolios at the end of the month or end of the
Okay.
quarter.
Time
Today
out.
is the
Time
end of
out.
the month.
Time out. Pat, thanks for watching, man. Have a great day at work. Thanks for hanging out with me. You guys make this worthwhile. Again, Redemption and I would just be in the echo chamber talking to ourselves if you guys weren't willing to hang out with us in the morning. So huge thank you to all you guys that are watching. Whether you're watching over on Twitch or YouTube or Twitter or wherever, just thank you so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. All right, sorry. What were you saying, Redemption? More important stuff about screwing over retail traders and being an
So
evil hedge fund?
so retail so retailers don't know about the market on close. They don't pay attention to that stuff because they don't understand it. And but the institutional world does. It's one of the easiest ways and one of the sneakiest ways they can get in and out of position without the public market knowing too much. Because what they can do is the initial blast, I believe, comes out at 3 o'clock, and that gives an hour for the market maker to get a position together. But because whoever is the market maker on this, which I don't think there's a physical market maker anymore, I think there's probably like an algorithm or something like that. But the algorithm's sole job is to collect shares to pair off with these, or shares to pair off, or an opposite position to pair off with this order that's coming down the pipe. Now, if I was a market maker working on the floor and I was assigned to this particular stock, I would leave myself a note saying, this is their lockup date. There's about 130 something million shares that are coming out of lockup. There's a high potential that a lot of these people want to sell and or get paired off at one of the best prices. And when you have like a couple million shares, you can get these type of premium prices from the market maker, which again, market maker doesn't care because he makes the money in between the spreads and stuff like that. It doesn't stop him from collecting a position beforehand. So him trying to essentially collect a position to pair off would entail either, probably a combination. I want to say some options, but I would say mostly just equity. But him essentially taking naked short positions or something like that to pair off with a buy, him taking buy positions to pair off with these guys, the sell positions and stuff like that. It's all gonna. I think it's all gonna, like, what I'm trying to say is I think it's all gonna come in at the close, or at least a really good chunk of it's gonna come in at the close.
Yeah.
But I won't see any action on this thing until that last hour when that initial push out goes to the market makers in Nasdaq and saying like, oh, we found Nikola, and it's like 3 million shares to sell or some shit like that. That's a signal to the market makers that they have to find pairings, and if they can pair it off really quickly, if that 3 million in, like, let's say the next 15-minute blast, if that pairing goes from like 3 million down to zero or whatever, right? That's just an indication for the whoever's on the other side to be like, oh, we can keep adding more to this and more to this, right? Because this thing pulses every 15 minutes. I think every 5 or 10 minutes afterwards, and then it becomes like every couple seconds afterwards, and there's like a last initial pulsed 10 seconds before the end of market where they can't change their orders and stuff like that. But this is
When
going to be
Redemption
interesting.
starts explaining non-basic bitch stuff, I start rolling. So It's not that it's not helpful, guys. I'm sure it's helpful, and I want it. I don't want to interrupt him because he is giving you guys helpful information for those of you that are interested in Nikola or in how all of that works. Everything that he just said. I won't be trading it, and it's not a style of trading that I do. So it's important information for you guys to have for sure. But
When I talk about like these market mechanics and stuff like that, it's for everybody thinks that the market maker is there to fuck people over and shift orders around. That's just one part of their job.
I like the
And
market maker. Dude has never done me wrong. I love a good market maker when I get the fill that I want, right? People
yeah,
are
and that's
so
their job.
biased. People
And
are
that's their job.
so biased. Oh, market makers, hedgies, clearinghouses, they're so bad. I don't see y'all complaining when they deliver tendies. Like, come on. When the tendy
They don't
man
even know.
comes in, nobody hates the market maker.
They don't like. Sorry, they don't understand a lot of the procedures that they have to go through, and knowing how they actually have to operate and keep like what their job actually is helps a lot because everybody thinks, oh, market makers are there to fuck me over. Market makers don't give a shit about you. They don't know. They don't even know who the hell you are. They're there
I
to
would
keep order the market.
I would really like, and I've joked about this before, but I would really like it. I'll actually take a look at how to do this, guys. I would like to get a phone ring that is the sound of order filled on TOS. You know that the bell that goes off when your order gets
Yeah,
filled? I'd love to get that from my phone. Every time a notification goes off, like anytime I get a social media tweet or anything of that nature, and just watch for the people around you to like, oh crap, nice 3 pick. Very nice, sir. Take them gains. Friday tendies. Somebody's getting a tendy today. How do you feel about the market makers 3 pick as you take your 45% gain? You pretty happy about that? That market maker?
I would love to put my IB order filled thing on there, but nobody uses IB. Everybody
Yeah.
uses like this shitty other brokers.
Hey, watch your mouth. I love
I
tweeting.
stand by what I said. I stand by what I said.
um, guys, the again, I just want to reiterate, guys. Everything that you see in my portfolio, while it is real time, real money, I put in the hours, I put in the due diligence on these positions. Please, for the love of God, don't trade what I trade. Don't trade what I trade. What I am in is extremely risky stuff, guys. Like the risk on my portfolio is absurd. I really caution you against this, guys. Just for fun, the next time you're talking to your bank, talk to their broker guy and say, "Hey, I'm thinking of getting into these positions." Blah 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 blah, and see what he has to say. I'm pretty sure he's going to laugh you at the office. Okay, please be aware that the portfolio that I trade is extremely high risk. Most people won't touch it because it's so heavily into healthcare. I mean, right now I'm entirely in healthcare. I closed out MGTI. So right now I am in Clover Health, so healthcare insurance, ETON, biopharmaceutical on PDUFA approvals, and SHG, medical clinics. I am now back to being medical millennial. Biopig, for those of you guys over on Twitch, Biopig is officially a thing again. Biopig, Biopig. There he is, the Biopig. Moonrider King Kong. If you have more risk in your portfolio than I do, like hats off, man. That's some ballsy stuff you're playing. SHG is $1.63, by the way. Redemption. Martini's gonna be pissed. I just messaged. I sent her a message letting her know. Martini did send me a timestamp, guys, of when I started talking about the drop coming in. If you haven't seen this video, there was a theory that I had back in February that I broke down with Martini, that something simple like Maslow's pyramid is a great way for you to assess where the market is going to move. Um, just off of understanding where people are, and when I say people, I mean macro, right? The average Joe, the 99 percenters, where are they in Maslow's pyramid? And then trading off of where that level of pyramid is. And no, it's not a pyramid scheme, but trading off of Maslow's pyramid, I was able to predict initially the market crashing. And then the subsequent moves that were going to happen afterwards. Now, the thing that I was wrong on was the pacing. It happened a lot faster than I thought it would. I think I had said that we were going to see a market decline probably around April, June, and then it happened in March. But people moving out of the cities, the remote work, the remote office, food delivery, all of that stuff is in there, guys. So check it out. That method of trading is what I trade with every day. Is that understanding of macro psychology? You say pacing, but mean timing. Um,
I'm making breakfast, but that's kind of
no,
what Lynch said.
I mean the pacing. So the pace of it is, I saw it like a Nikola truck rolling downhill, right? It's a nice steady pace. And instead, what it was a snowball drop from the top of the mountain. So the pace was different. You see what I mean by that? Like, does that make sense? Nikola truck down a hill, snowball becomes an avalanche. That's kind of what I mean by that. Sorry, what were you saying, Redemption? Making breakfast? What are you making? Bacon, eggs and bacon, green eggs and ham.
Eggs and pea meal bacon. But I was saying that that's kind of what Lynch was saying too about how he gets most of his investment ideas from people because like 30% of the US GDP is made up of average Joe spenders. So why would you not pay attention to them? Which makes a lot of sense when he puts in that context.
Yeah. There's breakfast here now. I don't eat breakfast, guys. I'm still on the fast. Yeah, there was an appeal. TPF. I chose to exit AQB on the appeal of their FDA approval. So I'm gonna back out of that for now. I moved that money back into Clover this morning pre-market, and I'm doing well. So, did you miss the weigh-in? Oh shoot, I didn't do the weigh-in today. I'll go do that. I have to get water anyway, so I'll go do my weigh-in. Dex Morgan, thanks so much for the follow. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. I'll go do the weigh-in right now. All right, let's see how we did. Weigh in is dun, 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 weight 212. Back up this week, guys. So April 5th, I was 218. April 9th, 209 and a half. So that was the big drop, almost 9 pounds in a week. April 16th, 212. So I put 3 back on. 210 the following week. I dropped 2 off. And then 212 this morning, so I put 2 back on. So it looks like there's an ebb and flow, and I'm at that plateau, and I'm aware of that. I'm aware I'm at the plateau. I haven't been phenomenal. Yeah, the birthday was not kind. Did he exit CLOV ETON? No. No, I'm in CLOV and ETON. Why? What happened to them? No, I'm green on those. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere on ETON. I am going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. If I can get ETON down at this level, I please give me an SHG day that is before ETON drops its earnings. Please do that. It's all the same account, guys. One is Canadian, one is US. So this is in Canadian, this is in US. It's all the same account. Are you selling the day before earnings? No, I'm holding until the PDUFAs. I might actually sell the day before earnings. I have not been very successful playing through earnings on things, so Guys, I am going to, if you guys ask me about tickers that I have made videos for, I'm just going to give you the link to the video, okay? I do like a complete breakdown on Catalyst for those tickers. So that's one of the big reasons why I made the videos for you guys, was so that you would have that access to be able to go back and see what my points are. The episodes are all there as well. So if you guys just want to jump through the episodes on the, or the timestamps on the video, that's there for you in the description. You can just click on those and get a breakdown of what CLOV is. But yeah, while you're there, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell to never miss a video. What's funny is we're all programmed with that, but if you don't say it, people won't do it. It's really, really interesting. Everybody knows it, right? Um, Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, I can check out tickers. You guys are free to throw tickers out if you want. I apparently have degraded to the point of stock twits at this point, so feel free to throw out tickers if you want me to take a look and give you a formal one. I also have to come up with an idea for a video today, guys. I do not have
Well, Palantir just released their AGM or their stockholder meeting proxy statement or whatever. It's only like 60 pages.
Again, not a play for me.
I'm very basic. I'm not going to do any of this technology stuff. I don't. It's too confusing for me. Does
I,
buy one of the most complex things in the market.
it's not that. So it's always been about trade what you're good at, right? I don't know that I've other than Mara, which I know that we're calling that a tech play, but tips and tricks on trading biotech. I could definitely do that. Trade what you know. I wonder if I just do a video how I made 2,700% gains in my first year in the stock market, how that would go. I wonder what the let's should we test the algorithm? See how it likes that title.
I don't think people are searching for percentage. I would say just how I made big gains or something like that. Or
Okay, somebody did ask me about a ticker though. Mare Bear, LTE. LTEV. Seeking Alpha's not going to have it. LTEV. Light Access Technologies, BC Tech Company. Manufactures, distributes, sells, and installs fiber optic tech specializing in microduct and air-blown fiber in Canada, the United Kingdom, and internationally. It operates in two segments, product and fiber. This would be an infrastructure play, but I think that with Biden in office, it's going to be a buy American thing. I don't know that this has a great opportunity. Yeah, CIDM is one that I've come back to over and over and over again, guys. I think that I really like the acquisitions that they had. I think there is potential for this thing. It's going to take time though. It'll be into Q4 if you're holding this, and I think it has about a $4 or $5 price target on it. I don't hate CIDM at all. How a DGen made gains in biotech. If you guys saw that title, that title I searched, would you click this? It's at 47%. It's kind of long. The competition's excellent. The search volume is low. It is probably this. The search volume is low, and it's probably the gains. I'm not expecting airlines to run until 2024. Yeah, just throw the word millionaire in there. I think it's what was the name of that guy's How I Learned to Day Trade. Why you can't learn to trade in a week. Maybe this is the video that I make. Oh, that's the one. That's the video for the day, guys. That's the video for today. I think that's the video right there. Why you can't learn to trade in a week. Excellent search volume. Relatively low competition. This guy here just copied the exact same thing.
There's another one for you. How I beat Wall Street in a year. 100%.
How I lost $350,000 day trading.
It's also another one, how I beat Wall Street in my first year. So either or.
This guy here, Garen Phillips, guys, he does have 5.8 million views on this video. However, he's blown up his account 4 times.
Days, you can see like it's the same thing. No matter whether you're looking at one day.
I'm gonna pause it so that we don't get it there, but yeah, GarenPhillips.com. Not secure. No longer exists. 2 weeks ago, how to contact any CEO. Guarantee.
Wait, was that Ricky Gutierrez that was responding to his like top comment on the last video you were looking at? Because that's another person that's kind of questionable.
Yeah. Hey bud, a member of the group, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada.
Yeah, Gutierrez is full of shit.
But just look at this, guys. So he went from let's see here. How to learn dividend investing in a week. What I learned reading 50 books on money. How a virus from China can crash the stock market. So he's never had the success that he had off of that first video, how to trade a stock market in a week. That is his video. That is the one that made his channel, and that's the one that's given him the growth. But 5.8 million views. He has not been able to reproduce that ever. He's breaking down a whole bunch of stuff here. Now he's back to growing a $500 account, so he blew up somewhere in here. Week 1 recap, 2 recap, 3 recap. First account blown up. That's actually his second account blown up because he blew up this account and then he blew up this account. So that's 2 accounts. Now he comes back. He does it again. Was green, then I wasn't. And then all of a sudden, he's back to paper trading. So that's account number 3 blown up. How to never blow up a day trading account. He's got the experience now. He knows how to do that. More paper trading. $100,000 comeback. Long-term drip investing. Let's make a mill. Starting his new life in Austin 11 months ago. So he's moved into lifestyle now. He's no longer in trading. A year ago was his last trading video. It has since died. He is now in this lifestyle thing. Episode 3, so it looks like he's coming out with a video every 4 months. masculine psychology. A couple of videos on that. How to trade GameStop's supernova pattern. And how to contact any CEO. You guys want to know how to contact any CEO? I'm going to save you, let me save you an hour because this video is an hour. You ready for this? I'm going to show you how to contact any CEO. There's 2 ways to do it. You ready? So, number 1, you want to contact any CEO in the world? Go to the site called LinkedIn. Fill out your profile. When I say fill out your profile, make sure that you fill out the entire thing. Absolutely everything. So when people land on my page right now, they see us live. They see, everything's filled out. I've got my stuff's there, all my experiences there, different videos that I've done, backlinks to those videos. I should be putting my new videos in here actually, and I haven't done that, so I'll make sure to do that. I'll put my latest videos in there, but fill this out entirely. Then start to connect to people of influence. Then just start connecting to people. Type in CEO. You might not be able to connect to CEOs right away, but for the most part, you should be able to. Name a company. Somebody name a company, and I'll see if I can connect. Some of them have their emails locked down because they've got so many outreaches, like Jeff Bezos, but that's where the second one is going to come into play here.
You can email Jeff directly, actually. Doesn't mean he'll respond.
Coke?
I'll read it.
WeWork? I'll do a poll. That's the best way to do this. I'll do a poll. It'll be a 1-minute poll. It'll be quick.
I'll look at this.
Create your dashboard. Poll. Which company? Okay, so what did I see there? Coke. Alibaba's going to be tough. Madrinas. GRWG. Okay. I'll put those in there, guys. DGLY's cheating. I'm already connected to the CEO and the co-founder. That'd be cheating. Coke or Madrinas? Which is it going to be? Coke or Madrinas? Coke. Okay, it's going to be Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola Company. Bum, 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 bum. 82,000 employees. So what LinkedIn does, guys, is you start connecting to people, is it's going to break down who is who. So right now you've got LinkedIn member CEO at the Coca-Cola Company. Not so good. So let's head over here instead and go CEO of Coca-Cola, James Quincy. Okay, so go over here, type in James Quincy. Okay, so when I type in James Quincy for my network, this is the lady that shows up. Now we're gonna play. Anybody know the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon? Anybody ever played that game?
6 degrees of separation. What?
No, Kevin Bacon. You guys have played that game. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so the way you play the game is everybody in the world knows Kevin Bacon within 6 degrees of separation. You just have to find what those connections are. This applies the same concept. Any CEO in the world, you're only up to, at most, 6 degrees of separation from them. So the idea is, what do you need to do to get from you to the CEO? You just need to hop those degrees. So as I search James Quincy's name with Coke set as the company filter, this is the only person in my network that came up. No problem. So I connect to her. Now, once I'm connected to her, it's going to open up more options on this search for me that will take me closer to James Quincy. Within 6 people, you should be able to get to James Quincy or to the person directly under James Quincy that you could reach out to and say, hey, it's great to connect. I'd love to get on a phone call with James Quincy because I have X, Y, or Z to talk to them about. And then you get on the phone call with them. The other way to do this, guys, is you can actually just like, where's this one? Profiles. Okay, so here's another guy. So this is a tool called Rocket Reach, okay? Up here, oh, you guys can't see it because I have my tab there. There's a tool called Rocket Reach, okay? And it shows things. I'm already connected to this guy. He's the Chief Growth Officer of Balanced Health, blah, blah, blah. Why did this come up as Coke? Weird. That came up as Coke. James, let's see. Oh, well, that would be unfortunate. Bum, 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 bum. See all people. Who else do I have? Jim. He goes by Jim, not James. Nothing else is showing up there. So let's go. Let's just do Coke. And let's go. The other way that you can go, if you're not getting direct results off of that, you can go here and just see who you know in your network. Make sure that you lock it down to the country that you're aiming for. So we know that he's going to be in the US. So let's lock that down to the US. Chairman of the board, executive Coca-Cola company, president Coca-Cola. So there's the president of Coca-Cola. I imagine he probably knows the CEO. I'll just connect to him. All right. So what was that? Like 1 degree of separation? Now, obviously, you got to have a purpose for connecting to that CEO. Why are you connecting to the CEO? Well, you've got the latest, greatest CBD beverage that you want to sell them. Okay, great. So, or I see opportunity in Coke that they're missing out on taking market share in this space, XYZ. Coke really needs to start getting on the esports game. So I want to reach out to the president or the CEO of the company. So when I reach out to them, I'm going to go, hey, it's great to connect. I've actually been troubleshooting with a bunch of folks in esports as to where people could go and should go to gain market share. And with this rapidly evolving, blah, 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 right? You just do the corpo speak thing. Just throwing it out there, seeing what you get back. But whatever it is, that's the president of CEO, or that's the president of the company. If you want to piggyback into the CEO, I imagine I'll be able to do that. I'm wondering if this is not just him here. You don't have access to this person. So yeah, I will have access to this person once this guy accepts. The other way to do it, guys, is Jim Quincy contact number. Coca-Cola. Can't remember which one's KO and which one's the other one, but you just go Coca-Cola. And then there will always be a contact us, North America, United States. Products we're going to buy. Contact us. This is not the section you want, so you want to go corporate company. So go to the company page. Here's the company page. Down below will be the contact information. Contact us. Consumer relations, media, careers, media center. don't really want the media center. But you contact them directly. Contact them here. Contact them here. Leadership. Did it have a leadership? It's just going to tell you who they are. It's not going to tell you phone contact information for them. But there's James Quincy there. Really, the best way to get a hold of him, though, is to contact the PR rep. So find the person, Global Chief Marketing. That might be it. So Manuel Aroa. You could reach out to him. Chief People Officer, Lisa Chang. You can connect to her. There should be, Coke has a McDonald's division. There should be a PR person. Yeah, this one. Beatriz Perez, Senior Vice President, Global Chief of Communications, Sustainability, and Strategic Partnerships. That'd be another person to reach out to. So you just reach out to them. But again, guys, if you're trying to reach out directly to a CEO, make sure that you have a good reason, because if you're wasting their time, you're wasting their time. But it's really that easy. Like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon is relatively easy. I highly recommend that you take that approach. But yeah. So I just have to wait on this guy to approve it. You don't need to watch an hour-long video. That's how you do it. Build a profile, have value, make their time worthwhile if you want to get in front of them. What would be a sample message you send to a CEO? So typically, guys, when I reach out to a company that I want to work with, what I've done before I want to reach out to them is I have identified a problem, okay? And the problem is, so if I type Coke and esports, let's see what comes up. NASCAR is the only thing that comes up when you type Coke and esports. They partnered with Activision, but not with a team specifically. And so there's lots of opportunities where this is 2017, the last talk about this. Like Coke is missing out on the esports opportunity. So when I reach out to companies, guys, what I do is beforehand, I have identified a problem that I can solve. So when I reach out, I identify the problem immediately. Hey, it's great to connect. I was taking a look at Coke's current offerings and how you guys have dived into the esports world. And I think that there's a massive opportunity for market share that's just not being capitalized on. I'd love to take 10, 15 minutes if you've got it in the next 2 weeks to, hop on a Zoom call, hop on a phone call, and just give you kind of what I'm thinking and where I think I can help Coke break into that market share. And that's it. That would be it. And that approach has worked quite well for me. Identify a problem that you can solve, present that you have a solution, don't present the solution, and then just go with it. Is that supposed to be a C or an A? The problem with using emails like that pulled from a directory is that oftentimes you're going to get gatekeeping on that. You're going to get their secretary who archives that and puts it in a spam box, and you'll never see it. Whereas LinkedIn provides you the ability to direct message to the person. So, but that's it in a nutshell, guys. You don't need an hour-long video. There's no secret sauce. You don't need a warrior mindset of masculine psychology to do it. Shit's basic. So yeah, the video I will do today, guys, is why you can't learn to trade in a week. Okay. What do I think of Spot? It's a little bit outside my sector, but I will do my best to let you know what I think. I wouldn't play it because obviously I play equity, and this is not in a price range that is appealing to me for equity. Guys, just quick question, okay? Can you put an F in chat if you currently have a Spotify membership? Okay, there are a bunch of you. Okay, interesting. For those of you guys that do have it, why do you have it? You have kids? Can you, because your wife won't cancel it? Offline music podcasts, Joe Rogan. Family plan. So, guys, I only see one person that has said Joe Rogan. And that's supposed to be the major appeal and draw. That's kind of where Spotify is banking their money, is that people are going to move to Spotify over all of the other options out there because of the podcast shows that they've locked in for their platform. I'm not seeing that. I don't like that model. Um, it consolidates everything into one place. Yeah, I don't see a moat on Spotify that doesn't exist elsewhere. Um, like Apple Podcasts, YouTube podcasts. I mean, they're vodcasts, but you can easily port an audio file into YouTube Music, and it's a podcast. I think H3 does that, right? Are they on? Yeah. I mean, the best bits of Joe Rogan stuff, right? Joe Rogan podcast. If I type that in here, what am I going to see? I'm going to see the juiciest clips of the Joe Rogan experience on his channel, right? I don't get the whole podcast episode, but I get the best 5 minutes of it. Like, do I really need that?
I just find it funny how everybody started podcasting after he got the deal. It's like, okay,
I've done a few
yes.
podcasts in my day. I've done a
No,
couple.
I know, but I'm saying that I find it funny how like everybody. It's so funny to watch people ambulance chase this shit because Rogan's been doing it for years on Spotify, on before Spotify, but after the Spotify deal, everybody started like dogpiling. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do a podcast because if Joe Rogan can do it, I can do it too. And then they give up after like if they don't even start yet, they give up after like the third podcast. It's funny because my Facebook's there for one sole purpose is just to monitor people's chasing of these like little get rich quick schemes.
So this is from
Things
way
that they
back in
think.
the day, guys. Margin call. This was Hitch, Colonel, and myself. Redemption was here too. I don't have his picture though. Did you do margin call with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. Your picture's not on the. Anyways, so there's 24 episodes of that, and then there. So this was typically it would be a daily podcast episode that we did for a couple days. There's 24 episodes there. There's nothing that's really long lasting that's going to be worthwhile for you guys, but and then Martini's podcast. What was hers called?
Slap that ask.
Slap That Ask was Martini's podcast, guys. There it is. I look like a young John Candy. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is Colonel. This is me. Um, But there's Slap That Ask. We did a couple episodes of that as well. You guys can check out that stuff. The thing with podcasts is it is pretty quick and easy to do, and I could probably do another one. It's just I'm already creating so much content. I hadn't planned to be a content creator again anytime soon, but here I am doing live streams and videos and stuff. So I guess that's kind of just happening now. All of that to say, guys, with podcasts, they were showing decent growth. It's just a question of keeping the team together. Which I'm, and then putting in all that extra work to create additional content. I'm just not there. So, what else? Oh yeah, Spotify. That was all about Spotify. So, do I think that Spotify has a moat, right? So that's one of the things that you're constantly looking for is what makes Spotify special from everybody else. And it's their branded content. It's the Netflix exclusive, right? It's that kind of stuff. Only on Disney Plus. Is there enough of a pull for Spotify over the next 5 years with their only on Spotify podcasts? I don't think so. With so many podcasts available out there, Apple being a major competitor against you, I don't think Spotify has enough to be endlessly moated from market share degrading. So for me, guys, if we look at this over 10 years, it's had a monumental rise, but I think that this 250 level for it is kind of, that's where she goes. I think that's kind of where it's at. I see this thing rising into absurdity, the 400, 500s? I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't like it, but that's me. Yeah, I get recommended all kinds of different stuff on here. So like there's some stock stuff, there's clearly some League of Legends stuff, there's stuff that I watch with the family, there's CrossFit stuff because I'm into fitness, obviously that's there. Primitive skills, how to build huts and stuff and survival stuff, music, movies, cooking, how to forge katana, um, home reno stuff. This is my business partner who passed away. Some business stuff thrown in there. I hear that problem that people have of like, I hear that problem that people have. How did them girls get on your recommended? Those are the videos of. So if I'm ever having a down day, guys, like I'm not feeling really great, I'm feeling kind of pissed off or frustrated. These videos of Like a Boss, I just watch these back to back to back. I'm a really big fan of just watching people do amazing things when I'm having like a day in the shitter. EDR, UFC's parent company. Do you guys like it? UFC's big. UFC's big right now, for sure. CLOV holding 998. No, no. My positions in the market don't really affect me, guys. It's more so my relationships with people and how my work goes on. So, um, I don't hate UFC. I'm just wondering what kind of a lasting pattern it has, and if eventually it starts to see a decline, like boxing has. I used to watch every single Ultimate Fighter, every event. I tune in. Now it's like maybe once a year I'll watch one, like off the cuff. I'll do that, but Mad Waiter, 4 months in a row. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, like I'll catch the highlight reels. Like I know there was a video of well, I was watching that event actually. The one where the guy got knocked out in like 2 seconds. He rushed in. He was that wrestler that was talking smack against UFC fighters, and he like rushes in, and the guy just feeds him a knee to the face. Any idea why WWVI went crazy yesterday? They're claiming short squeeze. I doubt it. uh 60% short volume is what I'm seeing on it from 2 weeks ago. What is P? Redemption?
P is a thing that your body makes in liquid
So
waste.
funny. You so funny. WVVIP.
I don't know. Sounds like a pink sheet.
No. No, WVVI is a ticker, and then like you have a warrant or a unit designation.
Mm-hmm.
This is a P designation.
Let me see. W what?
VVI. First preferred issuer. Okay, so this is preferred shares. Yeah, that's preferred shares. Their preferred shares are 98% short volume.
Yeah, the volume shit in the preferred shares, so I'd be very careful about even.
I'm not going to trade this. People are just asking why I think the pump is there. I think that it's a short. The myth of the short.
Christ. Remember how I was talking about like how there's some things where there's like absolutely no liquidity and get fucked on them. This is one of those things. The spread is 527 by 560, which means if you're to market in or out, you get 527 or 560. And the levels after that are 577, 585, 586. So you slapping 1,000. If someone was to theoretically slap 1,000 shares on the thing, I wouldn't be surprised if you got $6.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, again, if you have not liked the video that I made yesterday on ETON, if you guys could take 2 seconds, head over, like it, comment, subscribe on YouTube if you're not already doing that. The video for today will be why you can't learn to trade in a week. That will be the video that I'm doing. Hopefully that's of interest to some of you guys. I know that sounds negative to get going, but I think that's an important lesson to be out there alongside somebody searching what to trade in a week, or how I learned to day trade in a week. You can't learn to effectively trade the market in a week. It's not possible. It's not. You can have some plays. You can take some plays and you can get some gains. I'm not arguing that you can't make gains in your first week in the market. In fact, there's a running joke that the first trade's always free, right? Your first trade in the market, you win, and the casino gives you a taste. It takes experience, it takes knowledge, it takes time. I'm not saying you need to go get your Series 7 or your financial MFAs. Like
CSC,
I'm not saying
CMT.
yeah, your CFC designate. Like I'm not saying that that's necessary, but understanding that you cannot in a week acquire the experience and knowledge that you need to say that you can effectively trade, let alone day trade. So don't forget to make a 30-minute video of how to talk to a CEO. I won't do that because that's another one that takes experience and time. I could tell you guys how to talk to a CEO, but even if I told you how to talk to a CEO, your body language is like 90% of that, right? So if you walk in and you're talking to a CEO and your body language is off with the words that you're saying, you've already lost them. You need to be able to present yourself as much as you talk to the person. So even if I gave you a script, right? Like here's the script. Here's how you talk to a CEO. It's of almost no value to you unless you have the confidence and the capability of speaking to people that make decisions. One of the things that I surprise people with often is when you're talking to a decision maker, a lot of the times when you say, oh, well, I had a business meeting with whoever, right? Let's pretend for theory's sake, I had a business meeting with Warren Buffett, right? When I say I had a business meeting with Warren Buffett, most people think, oh, so you guys talk for like 30 minutes an hour. In my mind, I would consider a business meeting with Warren Buffett 5 to 10 minutes. I know that he doesn't give me more time than that, and I know that I wouldn't take more time. And that's one of the things that I found with decision makers. When you show up and you're having a conversation with them, you're confident, you know what you're talking about, and you lead in, the talks don't go more than 5-10 minutes. There's no need for them to. Yeah. Which is exactly the sales approach I would take with ACRX, where they should be calling hospitals and saying, how would you like to save $10 million by just changing what you're using? For any of you guys that are in college or university or who attend conferences and events regularly, this is one of the hacks, guys. If there is a speaker that you want to talk to and you want to have more time with, take them out for a really nice lunch. Make that investment. Find a nice place in town, $150, $200 lunch. Take them out for a nice lunch. Hey man, yeah, do you have lunch plans or do you have dinner plans? I'd love to just pick your brain over a meal. My treat. If you're going to like MIT or a prestigious college or somebody speaking and you want to pick their brain more, just go up to the prof after class and be like, hey, do you have any dinner plans? I actually would really like to. 150 $200 a person near a conference is cheap. I don't. I think 150 to $200 a person is reasonable. I don't know. I've never had that experience, share as a speaker and as somebody who's regulated events. If I had somebody come up and say, "Hey, I really want to pick your brain on some stuff. Can we, I've got a table booked out wherever. Can we go do that?" I would do it. Yeah, booze is the biggest part of the bill, and realize that once you've signed up for that, you've signed up for the bill. So, but you also get that one-on-one time. Warren Buffett for lunch. He's a pretty simple guy. As long as you take him to Dairy Queen, maybe he'd be a happy man. Buy him a Coke. You know what I mean? There is some of that for sure of like hanging out with the other speakers. There are speaker only events for sure, but um, I can always go to those after. I would probably still take the meal. Yeah. So if I finished a talk and somebody came up and they're like, "Hey, we got a table booked over here. We'd love to, treat you to dinner just to pick your brain a little bit more. Do you have the time?" If I had to catch a plane or whatever, I wouldn't. But yeah, I've got two speaking gigs lined up. One in August in Ohio, and another one that is looking like a European speaking gig. They're waiting to get back to me on what the setup would be, but it'll be an online one in Europe. Um, but that's starting to open back up. I'm not actively pursuing that at the moment, but it's definitely there. It's a thing. Um, but yeah, if you guys do that, if you approach it as a person, don't be a creeper and take the time to actually, flesh that out. Be a real person. Yeah, if you guys come to Social Media Week Lima, I'll be there. Ooh, I might take you up on that, Marianne. I know Hitch is heading to Hitch might be heading to Pennsylvania before year end, and I was thinking about coming down that way. I've got family in Watertown, so New York City might be a thing. I would love to swing through New York and hang out with folks. And that's something Martini and I have talked about doing as well, guys, is kind of traveling around and doing a not necessarily an event, but a meet and greet where you guys can pick our brains one on one in person. It wouldn't be stuff that would be live streamed necessarily. It would be more closed doors, and you guys could ask whatever questions you wanted. But we'll see what happens with that. But come back to Oregon. I do want to get back out to Oregon with that whole cancer situation and stuff. But again, my hands are going to be tied at the mercy of Homeland insecurity. So it's really unfortunate, but. If I am planning to come through New York City, Marianne, I will definitely drop you a line. Ooh, I love me some meat. Yeah, I'll definitely be driving, but Homeland Insecurity is still there at the border. You're always going to have to deal with them. Their issue with me, guys, is I go through second screening pretty much every time with them. Pretty much every time. I don't know if I look like I'm trouble, but pretty much every time I go through screening, second screening for me. Because I look like a stoner. Maybe that's it. And I do yeah. If I'm wearing my leather jacket, I smell like pot. But I mean, I'm Canadian. Anyway, guys, portfolio performance on the day down 580, but my Clover position that I got pre-market is up, so that's good. I guess this daily is kind of misleading because this is saying I'm down 50 on the day, but in reality, I took this pre-market, so I'm green on the day. And then SHG is doing the heavy lifting for me. I'm up 1,200 on that today, so it is a green day for me. This is saying I'm down 1%. I'm actually, I'd say I'm up 3, if not 4% on the day, so that's a good day. Portfolio is up 11% here, 18% here. So looking pretty good. It was a good week, guys. I am glad that I got out of the positions that I did when I did, and I'm glad that I entered positions the way that I did. So it was a really solid week for trading. Pretty happy about that. Remember, I will be back tomorrow, guys, for the live stream in the afternoon. I will be doing the live stream where we do the due diligence for the week ahead. So hopefully you guys can join me for that. Remember, most of the work happens when the markets are closed. That's when I do most of it. But have an amazing day. That video will drop sometime this afternoon. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again for hanging out. I'm going to leave you guys with the memer. Mr. Memer, Mr. CNBC himself, guys. Gonna go hang out with Stocky. Make sure that you drop the beavers when you get over there. He's a huge fan of the beaver. He loves seeing it in chat all the time. So make sure you drop those beavers. Let him know that you're there. Later. I'll catch you tomorrow.